Greetings everybody and welcome back to another episode from the HermitCraft server. And yes, I know, it's been about 3 weeks or so since our last episode here on YouTube, and that's because I've been busy in real life. I got a very exciting and amazing secret special visit from my mum, who came to visit me for my birthday, and we hadn't seen each other for a couple of years, and so my mum decided to surprise me with a visit. And she came over at the start of October to stay with me, and we did a bit of traveling and just spent a bunch of time hanging out together, some real quality time, mama and son time, I suppose, and it was absolutely wonderful. And I decided to take a little bit of time off so that I could give my mum my full attention, and we just had the most wonderful time. It was awesome. And mum went back to South Africa a couple of days ago, which means we are back on the HermitCraft server. And we've got a lot of work to do. Last episode, I believe, we were working on Scabland, which is a little fun project that we started last month. And, well, I have spent the last couple of days just getting back into the swing of things. Ooh, nice. Full double chest of glazed magenta terracotta. Perfect. Yes, I've been getting to the swing of things again, mostly just doing a bunch of grind work, resource collecting, and as you can see, a bunch of block preparations. Of course, this is Good Times with Scar's favorite block, the magenta terracotta block. Is it not beautiful? I mean, look at this. This is by far the most beautiful block in all of Minecraft, and for this reason, we are going to be adding a lot of it into Scabland. I mean, a lot. Yes, at least 3 or 4 double chests worth of this nonsense. It's going to be beautiful. Look, Scabland is actually turning out to be a lot prettier than I thought it was going to be, which is kind of annoying because I was trying to make it as ugly as possible, but it's starting to look pretty cool. Actually, while I was hanging out with my mum in October, Cubfan went over to Scabland and created a minigame, which is super cool. So we get to see that today. I have not seen it yet, which is super exciting. Also, while I was away, I got a message from Etho, who said that he'd done a bunch of work over at Blue River Raceway, which is also very exciting. So what we're going to do in today's episode is just go and take a look at some of the stuff that has happened at our primary project, Scabland and the boat race course, and maybe we'll do a little bit of work over at both of them and see where we get to. I'm very much using this episode just to get back into Minecraft, back into video creating, so don't expect too much, but if you want to hang out with me for the rest of the episode, please feel free to... Oh, that's my phone going off. Okay, very professional introduction. We'll see you over at Scabland. Welcome back to the Scabland project, everyone, and I have a bit of a confession to make. I am feeling a little bit embarrassed right now. I have been producing YouTube videos for 10 years, and you would think that by now I would be an absolute professional. However, I have just finished editing the introduction of this episode and noticed a number of things. Firstly, microphone was peaking out of its mind, sounding terrible. Well, that's because whenever Windows updates itself in the background on my computer, it will reset my microphone to full volume. It's supposed to be set at 90. It resets it to 100 every single time, and when that happens, my microphone starts peaking. So, problem number 1 with this episode. Problem number 2, double audio. Did you guys hear it? Whenever I placed a block, there were 2 audio block sounds, and any of the other microphone, or Minecraft sounds, should I say, were doubled up in the introduction. Also, that happened in the previous episode, just by the way. Shout out to everybody who recognized that in the comments of the last episode. That is because in OBS, I forgot to mute an audio channel during the recording of the last episode, and clearly forgot to mute that audio channel in the recording of this episode. So, yes, the production of this video so far has been extremely unprofessional, and I do apologize for that. I'm rusty, okay? It's been a couple of weeks since I've made any videos. Give my brain a chance to catch up. I'm old now too, okay? So things go wrong in the brain department. However, welcome back to Scabland. And I have actually been doing some work out here since we were last together, and also that has happened. We will discuss this in a second, but yeah, over the last couple of weeks while my mum was visiting me, I did manage to come out here and do a few hours of work, mostly in the terraform department. I also finished off all the platforms that we still needed to make, and I think I built the road. Also, I think I made some time lapses of this, which you will be seeing right now if I did make the time lapses. But yeah, Scabland's actually looking kind of awesome. It's definitely looking more awesome than it ever has, and I am quite excited about today because I want to get these glazed terracotta roads in. Of course, we're going to try do this in the most annoying way possible. Number one, we're using this block, as I mentioned, because this is Scar's favorite block in Minecraft. So, of course, as this is the antithesis to Scarland, we want to make sure that our roads are as beautiful as the Scarland roads. And so we are going to be using this arrow, which is pointing in the opposite direction. Of course, Scab Castle is going to go over here, and, well, the road is pointing out of the theme park instead of into the theme park. So that's quite annoying, I must say. Oh, by the way, I've got some more good news. I also managed to finalize the design of Scab Castle in a creative world during the last few weeks or so, and I just really love how the build has finally turned out. I've decided to make the castle entirely out of wool and concrete because for many reasons that I will explain in the next episode when we start working on the castle. But this is what it looks like. It is a magnificent pile of nonsense. That is going to require 40,000 wool blocks, which is a problem for next time. But yeah, Scab Castle has been designed, and I can't wait to get it onto the server eventually when I figure out how to produce 40,000 wool blocks. But yeah, that's a problem for the next episode. Anyway, magenta terracotta. That is going to be the roads of Scabland. Fantasticals. Also, this thing over here, this was Cub Fan's minigame, right? And while I was with my mum, Cub actually came out here and made a minigame. Now, I'm not entirely sure how Cub Fan's minigame works. We're going to go and give it a spin in a second. But I don't think I've even really talked about what the minigames are going to look like here in Scabland. So while I'm working on this road, let me break it down for you a bit, right? So the idea here is that on every one of these platforms, we're going to build a minigame, or a hermit can come and build a minigame if they want. And every single minigame has to be the most miserable experience possible. This is a theme park that is the opposite of fun, and also has to involve death. So yes, if you make a minigame out here, it must involve death of some kind. Either the players will need to die, or something within the minigame will need to die. And those are the two stipulations for a minigame out here. It must involve death, and it must be an absolutely miserable experience. Very simple. There's nothing more to the minigames in Scabland than that. I want anybody that plays minigames in Scabland to leave this place hating it and never coming back again ever. That is the concept for my theme park. So that looks like there is a lot of death involved. It also looks like it is a multiplayer game. Because there's like 3 beds on this side and 3 beds on that side, and I don't even... Oh, there's scaffolding here too? Interesting. Okay, I think I understand how this works. So we have 2 teams of hermits, right? One starting on this side, one starting on this side. You need to use scaffolding on the slime blocks to build your way over toward the center pillar, and then pillar your way up the very middle, I guess, to hit the button, and the first team to hit the button wins. Is that how this works? I think so. This is awesome. This week, I will try and arrange a playing of this game with Cub Fan and other hermits, and let's see if we can get some very sad hermits to come out here and enjoy the pain of the very first scabby game of Scabland. Thanks to Cub, of course, for coming out and getting this done. Very, very awesome. Hopefully this will inspire some of the other hermits to come and make some death-related mini-games out here in Scabland. But I've got quite a big task ahead of me, my friends. I would like to very much complete all of these roads today so that the magentification of Scabland is complete. And I just can't wait to see what Scabland looks like. Basically with beautiful pink roads running all the way through the wonderful platforms of Scabby... pain, and I eye destruction. Although, very strangely enough, a ton of you guys in the comments of the last episode said that you really love the way that Scabland is looking. You actually find these platforms quite satisfying to look at. You guys are maniacs, which is why HermitCraft fans are the best fans in the world. Anyway, let's lay down some magenta blocks, friends. We've got a ton of work to do out here. Now that's what we in the business call progress, everybody. I've been placing down these horrendous blocks for the last half an hour or so, and I gotta say, it's looking much worse than I thought it would, which of course is a good thing. We're trying to make it look terrible, and I do believe that if Bob Ross was watching this episode, he might call this a happy accident. Take a look at this, right? From a distance, these magenta glazed blocks kind of look like the world is glitching, right? If we look at this from far away, and it almost looks like there's a chunk error or something, right? Like the road section hasn't rendered correctly. I don't know, is that just me? Or is this a very happy, awesome accident that has occurred? Oh goodness. It's very ugly though, when you get up close. Take a look at this. Let's go for a little walk around these pathways. What I'm trying to do is make sure that the arrows never make sense. So if the arrows are pointing in this direction, when you get to the end of this road is pointing in that direction. And so basically none of the roads ever make sense is the plan for this whole thing. And yes, it's looking very weird. Also kind of hurts the eyeballs when you are walking down the streets of Scabland, which is precisely what I wanted. So this is looking perfect. I think there is one adjustment that I want to make though, which is at this section here. I kind of want these arrows to point away from this road. Of course, this is a road that you can never get up to. If you are down on the main road, you can't get up on this road without an ender pearl. And you can't even get onto this minigame platform, which is amazing. But yeah, that's all the magenta blocks in. It's looking very, very magenta-y, and I'm hoping that at some point Scar will fly over this area and his eyeballs will burn when he looks down upon the wondrous achievements that is happening out here at Scabland. I mean, Scabland. But yes, friendos, we are making our way through this episode, which is fantastic. There is some more work that I would like to do in this episode, and that is all the way over at the boat race. There's a couple of things I want to go check out with you guys there. So I think we will say goodbye to this project for this episode, and we will carry on working on it next time. But let's head over to Blue River Raceways, mostly to take a look at what Etho's been doing out there, because apparently there's been some progress made, and that's going to be sweet. That really looks like it's glitching out, right? Like Minecraft is glitched. Oh, this is a beautiful happy accident. I'm very pleased with how awful Scabland is looking. My friends from all over the world, I cannot express the joy that runs through my Minecraft soul every time I see False Symmetry's Blue River Raceway sign. Oh man, it is just so awesome. In fact, this entire area has really come together so nicely because of False, and this is new. I have not seen this yet since I went on a break with my mum, and I love it. Oh my goodness, yes. I wanted to show you this also. By the way, it's the next day in real life. I woke up about half an hour ago, so I've still got morning voice. Still trying to get some coffee in me, but I am so pumped to make Minecraft videos at the moment. I just want to get back on the server and get to recording. So yes, there might be some errors in this segment, but it's fine. Look at this bridge. It is awesome. As is the pavilion, as is everything, but I was on stream last night on Twitch, and we came over here and I saw this. I just have to tip my hat to False. This is absolutely insane. Look at this. It's all mapped out. Blue River Raceway in map form. And this truly gives us an idea of the scale of this race, right? We're currently over here. And, well, we've been around this track many, many times. It takes about 5 minutes or so to get all the way around the track. I think really good races will do this in under 4 minutes. But yeah, it really gives you an idea how massive the Polar Bear Express is. I didn't realize how far it is, but it is enormous. Absolutely enormous. And of course, that comes out through this mountainside into Ethos section here. And wow, this truly is a Mario Kart experience of epic proportions. And this map is just insane. This must have taken forever to do. So I just want to say a big thank you to False for all the incredibly hard work that she's done to help me out on this project. Really amazing. I never thought I would see the race in this type of form. And it truly is beautiful. Yes, in other news, I do believe that Etho has been doing a little bit of work out here also. I wanted to experience some of the stuff that he has done. Apparently, he did something to the start and has improved the start race bit. Etho's been working on the redstone here. It does look like things have cleaned up. There used to be hoppers and stuff all over the place, and this is now looking kind of snazzy. And, well, let's have a look. What has Etho done? We've got to hit the bullseye to start the race. There we go. Oh, we've got music now. What the heck? Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, awesome. Actually, that is really, really awesome because that is kind of like a sound cue, right, to when the race is going to start. Whereas before, we were just kind of guessing when the race was going to begin. So, I mean, look, I've got to say, very weird song that Etho chose to write there for the start of the race, but it is very unique, I'll give it that, and it's also very obvious when the race is going to start, right? So let's see if we can time this correctly, right? We're going to be chilling back here, and we need to be in jukebox range, and go! Yes, perfect. Okay, awesome. That's brilliant. So there's a little bit of skill required to actually start the race at a perfect time using Etho's weird jukebox jazz. So that's awesome. Nice job, Etho. Fantastic. I love it. Also, look at this. Etho added a new section of track here, or at least should I say he finished this section. This was the last bit of track that we needed to finish. And it is looking beautiful. Look at that. Oh, this is fantastic. He's done a really nice little clean fork here and one that goes straight through the mountainside here also. And it's in the same style as a Blue Rock Tunnel, which is really awesome. And I guess this is now a very dramatic and awesome finish to the race here. Because, of course, we'll be finishing the race like this. You can choose left or right. Let's choose right for the sake of this scientific test. And if you take the corner nice and cleanly, we will be heading all the way into the race course here, or at least to the finish line, which is over here. Boom. Finished. That is awesome. I'm very, very, very pleased. Can I push the buttons correctly? Very pleased with the progress here at Blue River Raceways. That is wonderful. Now, listen, for this morning, I've come out here bright and early. It is just Pearl, Ren, and AFK Tango currently on the server. I have come out here to do a little bit of work on the pavilion, because this is a build that we have neglected for a while. Plus, now that Etho has done some work over here, I feel like we need to spruce up this area, so to speak. And by spruce up, I mean quite literally spruce up. I would like to plant a few trees around here. I feel like this place is kind of barren. I think I brought a bunch of resources here. Yes, I brought some bone meal and some spruce. And immediately when I saw Etho's section there, we can actually do a little bit of experimenting. While we're together here and while we're in the flow of this here segment. I saw this bit here, and I reckon maybe we could get some trees a-cooking around here. Probably some custom trees would be ideal, but maybe we could just start with some giant spruce trees first. I thought maybe we could do like a row of them in this section here. Might be a good place to start. Who would have thought growing trees in Minecraft would be so difficult? Please grow! What is wrong with this tree? Is it me? Am I using the wrong bone meal? Okay, there we go. Nice. So yeah, we could do a couple of these trees like this along this section of track, which is going to be cool because as we come out of the opening tunnel, we will see a wall of trees over here, which will look pretty cool. And as we end the race from Etho's direction, maybe if we come through here, for example, we will see a bunch of trees over here too. So that might work out pretty awesome, although that's a pretty lame tree. I think I might have to do a bit of experimenting this morning, guys. So yeah, let me make some trees. We'll see you in a second. And about an hour later or so, my friends, we are starting to make some decent progress out here on these trees. I've decided that we are going to go the custom tree route because the vanilla trees are just little bit janky and not quite what I was looking for around here, especially because Falsey did such an amazing custom tree over there. And over there also, we don't want to have janky trees around here at the very end of the race, right? We want the racers to end their journey on Blue River Raceways with a fantabulous view of custom tree action. And this is where I've got to so far. Got 2 of these trees currently brewing. Looking pretty good. Still need to do a bit of work on this one, on the base, and just need to clean up the top a little bit too. But I'm quite pleased with that, and I am curious as to if we can see them in the start tunnel. So if we are boating down here at top speed, yes, as we come out into the first bend, we will see a beautiful wall of custom trees over here, which is actually perfect. Looks fantastic with the sunrise over there too. And I suppose we get the same view when we are finishing the race from this direction. We can see the pavilion just in the background over there. Very nice indeed. Yeah, this is looking pretty good so far. I want to do another 3 or 4 of these custom trees over here. And for the final thing today, I do want to get some trees going around the loft, especially over here and on this side too. I think we need to frame this building a little bit better with trees. And that means I'm probably spending most of my day making trees, which is going to be totally fine because I'm actually kind of enjoying this. I have no idea how long this is going to take, friends. My plan for today was to get this episode out for you guys in a timely fashion. But if I get too addicted to creating custom trees, I might be stuck out here a while. So I tell you what, I'm just going to settle down for some serious grind work here, put on a podcast or something, watch some HermitCraft videos, and I'm just going to make as many custom trees as I can in the next couple of hours and see where we get to. But yeah, very happy with this. It's looking awesome. Oh, why hello there, everyone. It's Rendog from the future kind of thing. It's about a day and a half later since the recording of the previous segment. Yes, I got carried away with the custom trees. I made lots of them. It's looking amazing though. And for the last part of this episode, I thought, let's go on a full immersion tour together, shall we? To take a look at the magnificence that I have added to the pavilion and starting areas of Blue River Raceways. And I thought we would start all the way over here. This is at the section of Ethos track where we have just come out of the Squiggles, and we are now in the final stretch heading toward the finish line. This is actually one of the most difficult parts of the track because it is a very tight section of the race course, and there is very little taking over to be done here, and we have to be very careful around these corners because they are diagonals. And if we hit the diagonals like that, we lose a lot of time. But you should start being able to see some of the work that I have done. Keep your eyeballs open. There they are. The beautiful custom trees in the background, or in the foreground there, should I say. And as we come through Etho's magnificent little tunnel here, keep your eyeballs to the right-hand side. There is new forests that have been added. In fact, there's a bunch of new stuff that has been added here, making this last stretch down to the finish line a lot more dramatic, I feel, because of course what I have done is lined this entire section with fences and trees, and what I've tried to do is put the trees sort of evenly separated so that as you're racing down this thing, there'll be a real feeling of speed, right, as the trees zip past you. Can you see that? It kind of adds this effect to your peripherals that make you feel like you're really going fast, which is pretty cool. And yes, of course, I added 4 custom trees over here in this section here. I think this is pretty awesome, and I added some shrubs and some flowers and whatnot in there. But I really like this because when we are starting the race, of course, we will also get a lovely view. I think I showed you guys this in the previous segment too. But yes, we can see these lovely massive trees over here, and it really helps to frame the pavilion, which of course has a bunch of new trees added to it also, as well as a couple of custom trees also at the front there. I think those have really helped to break up the barren landscape around the pavilion here. And I think that's looking all pretty sweet. Definitely looking better, right? It's starting to feel more like an actual finished build now and less like a build that is under construction. Of course, we need to do the interior of the loft, which I think I'll try to do next week. But yes, all in all, I am very, very happy with these brand new additions to Blue River Raceway. It is looking magnificent out here. And, well, I'm just trying to do my best to complement the amazingness that Falsey added to the racecourse here. And when we look at it from up here, this is really starting to come together now. It's starting to actually feel like a racetrack, like the start of a racetrack, like a magnificent Formula One event. And I am just very, very pleased in general with how this project is turning out. And I'm so pleased to see that a ton of you are enjoying it also. And cannot wait to get the Hermits racing around this thing at some point. But my friends, that's going to do it for today, I think. A ton of work has been done out here, and I need to go do a ton of editing, or this video is never going to come out. So please, I'ma love you and squeeze you, and we'll smell you all in the next episode.